It is the last international break of the season, and all of my loves won this week. We're going to talk about Haiti. We're going to talk about my fellow Americans, the French, and of course, the English. Let's get into it. Good evening, my peoples, and welcome back to the Counterattack. I hope you and yours are doing very, very well. Today, we are going to get into CONCACAF Nations League and Euro qualifiers. First up, though, CONCACAF Nations League, and my dear, dear Haiti. Les Grenadines. Grenadines, they finished first in Group B. In League B, Group B. Haiti finished top of the group, sort of as expected. The group was made up of Guyana, Bermuda, and Montserrat, the small island of Montserrat, and Haiti finishing with 5 wins out of 6. 1 draw in their 22 goals for, only 5 against, got 16 out of the 18 points available. Really a strong showing for the Haitians, and I sort of expected it after the first match where we drew with Bermuda. I was a little bit worried, but the Haitians rattled off 5 straight wins to finish top of the group, direct qualification into the 2023 Gold Cup, and crucially, promotion into League A and I believe that's going to serve as qualification for Copa America, I believe in 2 years, but job done for the Haitians. Qualification and promotion was pretty much the bare minimum here. The group, this was probably one of the toughest groups in League B, I would think. We have all these other groups. Cuba won their group in Group A. Nicaragua finished in first in Group C, only by a point over Trinidad and Tobago. And to round out League B, Guatemala won Group D. They won it by 2 points over French Guyana. French Guyana with a pretty strong showing for a team that I don't believe they can qualify directly for the World Cup. They've done quite well, outside of FIFA World Cup qualifiers. But Haiti, absolutely thrilled with them. As we all know, life wouldn't be complete if we didn't talk about my fellow Americans. The United States of America, here we go. League A, Group D, pretty straightforward here. The United States had a group with El Salvador and Grenada, and you know what? I'm surprised, actually, that they didn't win all of their games here. 3 wins in a draw. I believe the draw I think, came against El Salvador in the last round of Nations League matches. But the United States finished first in their group. The other group winners here, Group A, Mexico finished 2 points above Jamaica. Jamaica, unfortunately, could only get a point in Mexico City, so they finished in second. Group B, Panama finished with 10 points ahead of Costa Rica. Pretty straightforward. Costa Rica, once that golden generation went, they kind of haven't been the same. Don't love that. Group C, to round out League A, Canada. The Canadians, they are in a bit of a resurgence. Their golden generation is absolutely killing it. Qualification for the World Cup, and then now winning Group C, finishing first in their group, 3 points ahead of Honduras. So it'll be Mexico, Panama, the United States, and Canada that go into the Nations League finals for, I believe it's a semifinal and then a final. The United States, though, they get Mexico in the semifinals. I watched the Mexicans play a few of these Nations League matches, and they have not been convincing at all. I think they and the Costa Ricans have sort of taken a step backwards, while the Canadians have taken a step forwards. It's going to be an interesting Nations League semifinal and final, I think. I'm really excited to see the United States play the Mexicans in the semifinal. I expect the Americans to win that one. I think at this point in time, we're the stronger footballing nation. But the really interesting one is going to be Panama and Canada. I expect the Canadians to win that and get to the final. They have such a talented squad. I think they have a really excellent chance of finally getting a trophy and winning something here. The last thing I want to say about CONCACAF Nations League is I am actually quite thrilled about it. I love watching CONCACAF international football. It's so great, not only because as someone who normally consumes a lot of European football, it's nice to see a sort of different cultural game take place, in so many different stadiums. Over the last week, I've seen a lot of these, smaller Caribbean nations play home matches. Montserrat, I believe, had their first home match in quite a while. Bonaire, the island of Bonaire in the Dutch Caribbean, held their first ever home match. Unfortunately, they lost it. And just in general, it's really great to see all these beautiful different backdrops. Normally, when you watch football from North America and Europe and even Asia and Africa now too, it's pretty much a football field inside of a metal box, a shiny glass metal box. But with CONCACAF Nations League, we've gotten some absolutely beautiful backdrops. Haiti played Montserrat away, and oh my goodness, the view the camera was looking at, yeah, it was the field, but it was just palm trees and the wide open ocean. It was beautiful to see. Obviously, some of these are some smaller stadiums with not real grass, but still. Every now and again, you'll get even something crazy, like the referee in the Bonaire game. He whistled the match up a minute before it was supposed to end. Or sometimes you'll even get a random chicken or a rooster or even a dog running across the football pitch quickly. I love CONCACAF. It really just adds something different to the game, something different and unique. And something else I want to say about CONCACAF Nations League this year is just how competitive it's been. I think FIFA has done actually quite a good job with the Nations League and getting rid of some of those, drab not qualifiers, but friendlies. I think they've done an excellent job here, inputting more competitive matches and taking away some of those friendlies. And just in general, I think it's been quite competitive. I'm just looking here at League C, and every team got at least 2 points out of this. And for some of these smaller nations, that's a huge, huge deal. But Group A in League C, oh boy, that went down to the wire. 1 goal was scored. It switched first and second. Just crazy, crazy times. Turks and Caicos that finished in 3rd place in Group A here. They lost a game 8-2. And then 3 days later, against the same team, I believe it was St. Martin, they won 2-0. It's just random results, and it just really keeps everything exciting here. Really, in Group B, I believe everyone at least got 1 point there. Belize finished with 1 point, but St. Vincent's, even though they finished bottom, they finished with 2. Montserrat, in probably the toughest group, Haiti's group, Group B, they finished with 4 points. That's quite good for a nation that has only part-timers. And then Barbados, who finished last in Group A in League B, they still got 3 points, so really quite competitive this year. Before we wrap this up, I wanted to talk about the Euro qualifiers. They got off to a rip-roaring start. The dearest French. Fresh off their disappointment after the World Cup final, and lucky to lose that one, they get 2 excellent wins. First one up was a 4-0 victory. I believe it was in Paris against the Dutch. 4-0. Absolutely destroyed those men from the Low Country. 4-0 victory in Paris, and then they followed it up with a good 1-0 victory away in Dublin to Ireland. Ireland, of course, they have that little golden generation going on for them. And I believe for France, those are Holland at home, Ireland away, are probably 2 of their top 3 difficult matches here in this group. They have not played Gibraltar and Greece yet. I think they're going to get 6 points home and away. Well, wins home and away against both of those sides. So I think Euro qualification, hopefully, is pretty straightforward here. And the last one we're going to get into here is my dearest England. England topping the group just like France. 6 points out of 6. 2 wins, 4 goals for, 1 against. The first one was a victory over Italy in Naples. I believe it was in Naples. Really a poor first half, really killed Italy there. They were horrendous in that first half, and sort of the second half, England were not very, very good at all. Luke Shaw, silly red card. Phil Foden had about 2 minutes on the pitch before he had to come out again. But 3 points is the 3 points, and that is probably their hardest away game there, and they picked up all 3 points. A good start for Gareth Southgate's side, and then they went on and beat Ukraine in London. 6 points out of 6, topping the group, and you're done with your hardest away match. So far, they have not played North Macedonia and Malta, and I expect both of those to be absolute thrashings by people. I think England and France are well within their way to qualify directly for the Euro qualifiers. No problems. That is all for the international break. We are back with club football this weekend. Please slap that like button, subscribe, my peoples, and I will see you next time. Take care.